Hello, I am Jim Cahoon. I thank you for trying this module. I believe that you're glad that you did. Let me start off by saying I'm a passionate believer in the ability of the Lighthouse learning modules to transform computing for the better. While the previous modules introduced the strategies, principles, and learning ideas more formally, my intention here is to show what can happen in practice. And I do practice Lighthouse CC preaching on a regular basis. They have worked incredibly well for me and will work for you too. I love to teach, but I am not a natural teacher. Applying these lighthouse principles and strategies transformed my course. When I started out, my evaluations were far from great, but adopting these lighthouse materials transformed my courses to some of the best in my school. I am not alone in practicing these strategies and principles. Together with colleagues, we have created a collection of intro courses that has changed our program much to the better. We now have more and more diverse students in our program, and the students we educate are overwhelmingly successful in completing the major. So please try these things. What's going on here? Who are the principals in this picture? Well, it's Galileo and the Doge of Venice. Galileo's accomplishments with that primitive device were amazing. With it, he discovered the moons of Jupiter, the rings of Saturn, and the planet Neptune. This was the beginning of modern telescope science. Whoops, I mean the beginning of modern astronomy. I think the difference between these two names is incredible. It's not the telescope that's important, it's the information discovered, the knowledge gained, and the actions it allowed. I think computer science is a misnomer for our field. It's probably way too late to change, but one of the things I stress to my new students is what we are undertaking is digital problem solving. I tell them the name I give for this undertaking is Chrestomathics, the study of interesting, useful things and processes. Motivate them to look forward to what's going on. You may say that solving interesting problems is hard to provide early on in a computing course, because only the very basics of programming are there. However, motivating students is still possible. My first problem involving user input is psychoanalysis.py. It is a straightforward echoing of user input, but the context provides interest and motivation. Another early problem is computing datability. The problem requires the processing of a single integer input. There is a folk rule that you should only date someone who is at least half your age plus 7 years. I tell them we're going to create a datability app to do this. I said this app is important for them now and will be for the rest of their dating life. I have to admit that my focus on problems of student interest came in part to Joanne McGrath Cahoon. Joanne was a leader of this project until breast cancer struck her down. She inspired a tool to rate student interest on various topics. There will be more about this later.